From the mysteries of space to the wonders of our planet, to the incredible secrets hidden in everyday life. Welcome to Fantastic Facts, where knowledge becomes discovery and every episode reveals something extraordinary. Right now, as you watch this video, you are traveling through space at nearly 3,000 meters every second, and you don't even feel it. Our planet Earth is a gigantic ball of rock weighing about 6 sextillion tons. That's a number so big it's almost impossible to imagine. But here's something even more fascinating. Nearly 2/3 of Earth's surface is covered by water, forming the oceans and seas, while the remaining land is where we live. Surrounding the planet is a protective blanket of gases called the atmosphere, stretching hundreds of kilometers above us. Beyond that, space begins. And Earth isn't alone. Close to the Sun is Mercury, a small, blazing hot planet, while Venus and Earth are rocky worlds with very different environments. But this raises a much bigger question. Where did Earth come from in the first place? The answer begins billions of years ago, inside a giant cloud in space. Did you know Earth was once just a cloud floating in space? About 4.5 billion years ago, our entire solar system began as a massive cloud of gas and dust. Then, something dramatic happened. A nearby star exploded, sending powerful shock waves that made the cloud start spinning. As the spinning cloud tightened, most of the gas gathered at the center and ignited to form the sun. Around it, billions of tiny dust particles crashed into each other, sticking together and forming larger and larger rocks. Over millions of years, these rocks collided, merged, and slowly built the planets. One of those growing worlds became Earth. And here's the amazing part. The gas and dust that created our planet came from the remains of ancient stars. In other words, the Earth, and even we ourselves, are made from stardust. But the early Earth looked nothing like the peaceful blue planet we see today. It was a fiery world of molten rock. Imagine standing on Earth billions of years ago. You wouldn't see oceans, forests, or cities, only a glowing world of fire. When Earth was first forming, countless rocks and planetary fragments were crashing into it at incredible speeds. Each collision released enormous heat, gradually turning the young planet into a massive sphere of molten rock. Deep inside, the intense heat melted nearly everything, while the outermost layer slowly cooled and hardened, creating a thin, rocky shell. Beneath that shell, Earth remained a fiery ocean of liquid rock, a dramatic beginning for the planet we now call home. But the violent story of early Earth didn't stop there. Huge space rocks continued to strike the planet, leaving behind scars that can still be seen today. Billions of years ago, Earth was under attack from space. During the early history of our planet, countless giant space rocks, called meteorites, crashed into Earth's surface. Each powerful impact blasted out huge circular pits known as craters, permanently reshaping the young planet. At the same time, the Moon was also being bombarded, and unlike Earth, which slowly erased many of its ancient scars through weather and erosion, the Moon preserved them. That's why, even today, if you look at the Moon through binoculars or a telescope, you can clearly see the craters created billions of years ago. But these violent impacts were only part of the story. Something else was happening that would eventually fill Earth with oceans. Here's something incredible. Earth's oceans were not always here. They actually fell from the sky. As the young Earth slowly cooled, powerful volcanoes erupted across the planet, releasing massive amounts of steam and gases into the atmosphere. Over time, the steam cooled and condensed into thick clouds that covered the entire world. Then came the rain, not for days or years, but for millions of years. Endless rainfall gradually filled the low-lying areas of the planet, forming the first oceans and seas that now cover most of Earth's surface. And while the oceans were forming, something else was happening at the same time. The Earth itself was beginning to spin, setting the rhythm of day and night that we live by today. Right now, without feeling a thing, you are spinning through space. The Earth behaves like a gigantic spinning top. Billions of years ago, it formed from a rotating cloud of gas and dust, and that motion has never stopped. Our planet doesn't spin perfectly upright. It tilts slightly to one side as it turns. One complete rotation takes 24 hours, and that is what we call a day. But spinning isn't the only motion. At the same time, Earth is traveling around the Sun along a path called an orbit. Completing this journey takes 1 year, during which the planet rotates about 365¼ times. And this continuous spinning is exactly what creates one of the most familiar experiences on Earth, the daily cycle of day and night. Have you ever wondered what really causes day and night? It's not the sun moving, it's Earth turning. As our planet spins, different parts of Earth move toward the sun and then away from it. When your side of the planet faces the sun, you experience daytime. When it turns away, darkness arrives, creating night. This simple rotation repeats every 24 hours, giving the world its daily rhythm. If you could watch Earth from space, you would see the planet slowly rotating from left to right. And if you looked down from above the North Pole, Earth would appear to spin anti-clockwise. But Earth doesn't just spin. It spins around two invisible points that define the very top and bottom of our planet. Earth doesn't spin randomly. It rotates around two invisible points that control the planet's motion. Our planet spins around an imaginary line called its axis, which passes through two opposite points on Earth's surface, the North Pole at the top and the South Pole at the bottom. These polar regions receive very little direct sunlight, which is why they remain extremely cold and are covered in vast sheets of ice and snow. As Earth rotates, different regions move into sunlight, while others move into darkness. When your part of the planet turns toward the sun, morning begins. As it turns away, evening arrives, continuing the endless cycle of day and night. But Earth's spinning does more than create day and night. Deep inside the planet, this motion also generates something powerful that helps us navigate the world. Hidden deep inside the Earth is something powerful enough to guide ships, airplanes, and explorers across the planet. At the center of Earth lies a vast ocean of liquid iron. As the planet spins, this moving metal generates a powerful magnetic field, turning Earth into a giant natural magnet with its own north and south magnetic poles. This invisible magnetic force is what allows a compass to work. The tiny needle inside a compass automatically aligns itself with Earth's magnetic field, pointing toward the poles and helping people find direction anywhere on the planet. And while invisible forces shape our navigation, massive visible forces are shaping something else on Earth. The towering mountains that rise above the landscape. Here's something surprising. The youngest mountains on Earth are often the tallest. Towering above all others is Mount Everest, part of the Himalayan range, one of the youngest mountain systems on the planet. Because these mountains formed relatively recently in geological time, their peaks remain sharp, steep, and jagged. Over millions of years, wind, rain, ice, and temperature changes slowly wear mountains down, a process called erosion. Older mountains, which have faced these forces for much longer, gradually become shorter and more rounded as their rocky peaks are smoothed away. This means that when you see a mountain with dramatic pointed peaks, you're often looking at a young mountain, still in the early stages of its geological life. But how do mountains rise in the first place? The answer lies deep beneath the ground, where massive tectonic plates are constantly moving. Among billions of planets in the universe, one world stands out. The only place we know where life exists. Earth is home to millions of different life forms, from microscopic organisms to giant forests and animals that roam land and sea. Scientists believe life thrives here because our planet has the perfect combination of liquid water, breathable oxygen, and temperatures suitable for survival. So far, no other world has been confirmed to host life. But if astronomers discover planets with similar conditions, water, atmosphere, and the right temperature, it is possible that life could exist there as well. Our planet is more than rock, water, and air. It is a living world shaped by billions of years of cosmic history. And as we continue exploring the universe, one question still inspires humanity. Are we truly alone? Or is Earth just the beginning of the story? You've just watched Fantastic Facts. If your mind feels bigger, hit subscribe, like, and share, because the world is full of wonders.